settings, and right next to, under S, you'll see settings. Right next to settings, you'll see C star. Okay. So, click the C star button, it's black, and then hopefully you're going to make sure your telescopes are turned on. There's a button to turn them on, and you'll see the lights light up. The lights light up. You have 5 lights, or how many? Got to make sure it's got enough battery to operate. Now, girls, it's probably better if you set these telescopes looking that way, and you set here. You're going to be looking at the wall here. So let's go here, looking out. One here, one there. Back over there. Now over further. She's going to be looking through the post. I won't see through a post. There.
Wait, which one?
Okay.
That was mine.
Now, Haley, you know some of this already, so.
Which one is this one?
Now, look. She's already put open, it's opening, so now you know it's going to have to go that way. That's what we want to see.
Which way?
So, first thing you do is push open, and it will open if you made connection. On that one, you have to go in there, and there's a little button on the bottom to pair.
I did.
It'll tell you. Push the little button on the bottom. Okay?
Yeah. That's where the camera's at.
A little quirky on getting them hooked up, so it's not as easy as it sounds. And as always, if one doesn't work, have a backup. Plus, it's not. As a general rule, if electronics are going over 100 degrees, it ain't good. And never leave it in the hot sun, electronics.
They were very pigeon.
Okay, now try to connect to it. You were connected or it wouldn't have opened the lens. It should say open. Does it say open?
You have
There we
to,
go. Now we can
Sully
see
has to
something
do
now.
this.
Is she connected or not?
But she has to do this.
Well, it's not focused because it's the point of the fence there. Now I gotta figure out how to
Yeah, I
control
can't
it.
see
How to
else.
control it. See a controller on there? Oh, probably straight it out.
Here. Do it with this guy. This worked last night, so. Under S.
Oh, look at the church there.
You guys, I think I already figured out how to move it now.
Go back to the icons.
There's
Push
that.
up.
There's a church there.
Go down to S. You want to look for settings first. Okay.
That's just a wider
See
angle.
if it makes contact. First thing, you obviously have to be able to talk to it. And then the app should come up. Does the app come up? There, okay. If you push it, see if it's...
The bench here. That's what we're doing now.
Shutting down.
Three for sure.
Wi-Fi is a little touchy. Getting connected.
Won't watch this one. Also try this one. See. No, I don't think.
What's up here?
Doesn't?
Was that me?
Huh?
I didn't do it.
Powering on.
No.
Ready to connect.
No, it's
I can't see it. Is it connecting?
you have to wait.
Here you go.
It should go back to settings. It should go back to Wi-Fi, because I turned on this from last night. And under Wi-Fi, does it say connect? Or connect somewhere? Usually that's what
Oh,
it is.
is
Let's
it
just
this
see.
is about?
Yeah, it's the bell.
Okay.
It's a church.
Firmware update succeeded.
Okay. Here.
Andy, look.
This is, he's got to find out. It did. The number come up, I think, or it's saved there from last time. Connecting Bluetooth of C-Star. Okay, now it says copy the Wi-Fi password. The Wi-Fi password is 1234567 8. In the world of computers, and especially China, that's called a universal password. So when you buy something new, if you don't know what the password
This
is,
is the clear.
always try that first.
This is the
8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Okay? Well, you don't need to know it if you know what it is.
That's the
Okay?
church.
Now open your phone system,
This is small.
and now it should go into the Wi-Fi, because you've got two things to worry about. You've got Wi-Fi and Bluetooth. And there it is there. Okay? So you found it, and
Look, you
you
can
hit it,
compare it. This is
it should start
bigger,
connecting.
smaller.
This is zooming in.
Yeah, that's just different.
Yeah, but and that's interesting.
Why does it look like it's moving?
We're connected to that one.
Okay, let's just do it this way. Just follow her.
Oh, you're connected to this.
Yeah, we're connected to that
Listen, this is very.
No, that.
Okay.
one. Because we can see the bell on that.
Oh, okay.
This one has what they call a
Can you
guest
see it
mode.
moving?
Yeah.
We can see the bell from
So
that.
she is a primary operator now. So if you have, and you can have as many as 9 of these hooked up, but you have to hit guest mode. So I must have hit it last night, I guess, because she's into there as a guest,
Yeah.
which means you could have 9 students do it,
Yeah.
but the guest cannot theoretically run it. The only one can run it is number 1, the host. So when you come in with another device, and you can come in now.
Wait, I think those are connected to the
What she's doing, we're in there as a guest mode. That's not exactly what I wanted, but it's good for teaching, because that's, okay. No, don't get in front of it.
Weird control.
Yeah, we're controlling us connected to that
Okay.
one too.
Yeah, you're just
So
seeing
you're in
what
as a
we're-
guest, so put head back up here.
What is your shaker control? Wait, are you able to control that one? No.
So now we're in a teaching mode, the way we're doing it. Teacher, yes, and it could be 9 students.
Dad.
So you're the one running it. Now you could be sitting in the house and doing all this. So we'll go over this in the house sometimes. So now, go up there, there's a bar across the top, and it should say stargazing, solar, and then scenery. And it looks like you're in the scenery mode. Okay, now listen very close. Depending on which mode you go into, depends on what's going to happen. So if we're going to be looking out for birds, for animals, whatever, you'd be in scenic mode. If you want to see those 5
Autofocusing.
deep sky objects, you would go to stargazing. Then in the middle would be solar. So under solar, the only one that we're going to do is the moon. So it would have to be at nighttime here to find the moon. Or sometimes it comes up during the day. I don't know if the moon's up there or not.
No, it wouldn't be up right now.
Wow.
I didn't look to see what time the moon comes up today.
Yeah, I think it's probably going to come.
Yesterday it came up at 5:45.
Yeah.
It'll come up during daylight because it didn't get dark till 9 o'clock.
Are you seeing this?
No, get out of the way of the telescope.
Michael, you're in front of the telescope again.
Now, all these telescopes have a solar filter. So we need to learn how to use filters. So this church here puts out lots of light at night. That's lit up just like daytime. So that's one of the problems with astronomy is you can't see a dark sky when it's polluted with light. So we call that light pollution. And in places like this, they spend lots of money trying to make sure they stay dark. This is where the spectrum comes in with wavelength. You can put a filter on to cut out the street light. You can put a filter on to cut out that light there. That's called an LP filter. So when you go into setup here, which we can't hardly do during the day, if you look there, it says LP, light pollution filter. You push that dot, and now we can do astronomy in the backyard in the middle of a city. Not good, not as good as out in the dark, but pretty good. You saw this thing. Picture. That's called an LP filter too. The filter that they send with it, sometimes they call it a UCH, ultra high contrast filter. Now this is where the stem comes in. We went inside, we showed you nebulas, and we showed you galaxies. I might also writing some of this down. This is important. A galaxy is a cluster of millions to billions of stars. A galaxy. We live in one galaxy called the Milky Way. That's our home. In the Milky Way is a sun that goes around, and then comes the Earth that follows the sun, and then comes the moon that follows the Earth. So they're part of a galaxy. They're part of bright stars. In the world of reading what that means, you're probably looking at something that is 6,000 K, 6,000 Kelvin. That equals more or less blue. We went over RG blue spectrum, R green blue. The owl, the only one of those 5 things around the Big Dipper, the deep sky objects, is a nebula. A nebula is a collection in the sky of gas. Gas. That's all it is. Just like oxygen in our air. So as a general rule to imaging and astrophotography, there's a couple of them that are important for us. One of them is H3, I believe it is, hydrogen 3. The other one is oxygen alpha. Alpha is A in the Greek alphabet. So you need to learn a little Greek alphabet. So those are the 2 important ones for some things. So when we put on the light pollution filter, or not, we can put another filter on that's made better and therefore more expensive. That filter probably costs as much as a telescope does. And what you'll see is this, over this, you'll see two spikes. All this light here, all this light here, and all this light here is gone. That guy won't see them. That camera won't see them. So that's basically what a light closed and filter does too. It only lets through certain wavelengths of light that you want to see. So now, in the nebula, you have two kinds of nebulas. One like the stars that make light, visible light, and one that reflects it, just like we have in computers and TVs and so on. We have a light that is reflected, and we have light that is directed. So reflected light tends to be, I did it wrong before, a little blue. Let's look this up. I forgot my wavelengths. One of them is 400, around 440, and is around 700. So what you want is to be able to check that. Now if you look on our videos, you'll see a video about 6 months ago done on what we call spectroscopy. That is the way astronomy is done now. This little scope, you put a little filter on there, and that filter is what we call a diffraction grating. It splits the lights into lots of little spectrums. And then you filter out the ones you want. Down at the bottom, Haley, down at the bottom, you'll see he's closed down. Are you still attached? Now listen very close. I said up here will be a nice bar line. Stargazing, solar, scenery, and so on. As always, the double click. Down at the bottom, you'll see one that says same thing. Then over at this side, you'll see one that says me. So, once you're connected, go over to me, M-E. And this is important. Under me, you'll come up with all of the settings. And under the settings, go to the one that says Advanced Settings. Okay. Now Haley, stand up. When you get there to Advanced Settings, what you're not going to do, because you're going to do it, Haley, over here. Pick up that. Put the tablets down somewhere. Pick it up. The first thing it's going to ask you to do, just stay there, right there. First thing it's going to ask you to do is to calibrate under settings, under advanced settings. You've got to tell it. It's a dumb thing. Your brain knows that you're at this area. So that doesn't know where in the world it is. So first thing it's got to know is where am I? So you're going to calibrate the compass. Where is north? Where is south? In the north and south, what part of the earth I'm at? What latitude, longitude? You know what latitude, longitude? At some point in time, you better know this. Latitude, we're quarter ways around the world. Therefore, we're almost at 97 degrees from zero, from England. But we're, I think, at 91. Then we've got to know how far from the equator we are. 0 to 90, North Pole. 0 to 90, South Pole. We're at around 97. So that's what he needs to know. Okay? You don't tell him what the address is. He wants to know what the latitude, longitude is. Then the same thing with the sky. He wants to know what is the right ascension, okay, where it's at, and where it's going around. So there are two things they need to know. So the first thing it's going to tell you to do is down there, it'll say, my field of view is too wide. I don't know where I'm at. And it does talk to you that way. You can't talk back to it. Just look. And it's going to say calibrate it. So a little circle's going to come up. You take it, hold it, and make a 360-degree turn. Turn around. Turn around.
Turn around.
And on that circle, you'll see it go around as you go around. And if there still is a gap there, which there may be, and probably will be, you go around a second time, go around again. And all of a sudden it's going to say complete. So now he knows where you're at in the world. At my house, your house, whatever. So he knows an awful lot now. He's got a lot of learning behind him. Once he finds out where he's at, he knows the sky. The next thing you have to do in anything we've gone over, the unit of circles, we've gone over the sine wave, is a right triangle. If you look around here, everything is a right triangle. Everything. The whole world is based on a right triangle, and that right triangle goes into a circle. We've taught it the other way around. We've taught the units of circle, and then a right triangle here, lots of them. So now he's got to know that I'm level. This is the ground, this is the sky, and we are parallel. If he's like so, he can't look any more than you can. Okay? So he's got to know at a right angle exactly up in the sky where he's looking. Then he's got a field of view. This is in photography now. That lens is looking up, and as you go around, now, Thad, listen.
Yes.
There's going to be two little circles, bubbles, whatever you want to call them. And you want that closer than 3.0 degrees. That's in the sky. So if it says 5, your field of view is 5. That's too much. You can't handle that. So 3, you want 0 if you can get it. But now you have to take the 3 legs, put them on a table, because you see that ground goes like this, and you have to adjust the legs until those 2 circles come, and they overlap, and it says 3.0 or smaller. Last night I got to 1.5. This is all part of the setup. And then, if you get there, you're okay. So now, he's set up for use. So now you can backtrack, hit the back button, and go back and decide if tonight you want to look at the moon. And then the moon's going to come up somewhere over here. And by the time that we were there at the car, it'll be here. If it comes up at 5 o'clock, it's still going to be light at 8. So we can track the moon. This is where you need to know when the moon comes up and where it's going to be. And what program does that for us? Stellarium. So that's why you should have a laptop or a computer and stellarium set there. I have it in the house when I come out. And you set the time and the date, and then that tells you where things are. So, if we're going to start looking at the moon when it's dark, and in astrophotography, this is something else, science you need to know. You'll need to know that to get your driver's license. When is twilight? To get your driver's license, when twilight's there, you must turn on the lights of your car. If not, you may get a ticket. And people have. So you've got to know what twilight is. You can use your eyes, or you can look on a computer and find out. So, twilight, generally speaking, is when the sun is at the horizon. Now, the experts in this world were sailors, Navy people, plumbers. So they did not have trees, they did not have buildings, they didn't have anything but water. So therefore, what I'm teaching you now came from the nautical world. This is the world of aviation, drones, airplanes. You go 6 degrees down, 12 degrees down, and 18 degrees down. So you don't start taking pictures like I did last night until we're down here. This is called nautical twilight. When you hit astronomical twilight, 16 degrees below the horizon, and you can find out what it is by on the computer. You look at it and say, well, I'm going to be below for another half hour. When it's down there, that's when night starts. That's when dark starts. You can sit down if you want. So this one is a little bit more intimidating than the dwarf, in that you do have to do perfectly a setup. They're coming out with a new one now called the S30 Pro. Is on the market now.
Is it?
It's a 30, but it's got better everything again. So more than likely at some point they're going to get rid of this old time strategy of leveling
Yeah.
and that. It would do it. Now, I'm trying to think. What time is it?
3:30, about 3:40.
3:40. Okay. Well, I wanted to get over 3:30, so okay. Okay, let's pack everything up and let's go back in the house.